Welcome to our Louded series for the month of March. And this is a very special edition because we'll be celebrating women because March is very well known all over the world for the women, the International Women's special edition will be to commemorate women in every day of our lives. And today we'll be talking on we'll be celebrating women who are breaking barriers in a biased world, just like for this year, sustainability, and then break the bias over all over the country. On the 8th of March, women were celebrated all over the world, and the theme that was particularly used was break the bias. Growing in the world of today, in Africa, in Nigeria, every part of the world, women have always been told right from when they were young, they've always been told on how to behave, how to walk, how to play, how to talk, what character. And these things that they have been told, which has been ingrained into their mentality, has caused a barrier. Most times it has caused a bias, which has, placed a barrier on how women behave. And this has even ingrained into some people's mentality and turned into an ideology that has affected a lot of people, and which in turn a lot of these women are also passed down to their children. And this has kind of like put women into a box and put them in a particular, zone, like, okay, you don't step out of this. This is not meant to be for you because you're a woman, because you're a girl. And this has created barriers. So just like the International Women's Day, where we celebrate the women every year, it has been celebrated all over the world. People are taking time to actually celebrate this day because it is telling us to break every form of gender stereotypes. It is telling you to break every form of bias. It is telling you to break every form of barrier, and that you can actually be more. You can be more than what the society has told you to be. And this in itself has given us this opportunity to want to celebrate these wonderful women in our lives today. And we'll be talking about, we'll be talking and discussing with some beautiful women today. These are women that have already made it in, like, very, very specific aspects of their lives. We have people who have been able, to organize a group whereby they teach people to follow their passion. We have a full-time mom that is also a creative and is also kicking ass in our own field of study, in our own field of career. We have somebody is able, to graduate best students in our faculty. And we also have someone who is advocating against gender-based violence using the media and using visual and graphics. So these are women that have done so well and ensure that they've broken the biases at one point or the other, and they keep breaking these biases on their everyday life. And today we'll be discussing with these women. My name is Ayomide Adebisi, and I'll be moderating the show for today, brought to you by Realize Africa. So today I have beautiful women here in the house. I have Annette, who is a Ghanaian. She's somebody that I actually went to her profile and I checked it and I was like, okay. She was like, okay, I'm a life purpose coach. And I believe every woman, every girl needs a life purpose coach at one point or the other in their lifetime. And I also have Bunmi Fowose. She is also a full-time mom that is a creative, and although she works remotely, she's ensuring that her career is, going up on an everyday basis. So we have Lynnet also, who is making use of graphics and visual arts to advocate against gender-based violence. Although I'll still ask her what actually brought this innovation to her. And then also we have Cynthia Okafor, who is a pharmacist and the best graduate student in the Faculty of Pharmacy for the University of Ibadan for the past academic section. And okay, I think Antoinete is ready for us, so I'll be bringing her on the show now. Hello, Antoinette.
Hello, how are you,
How
my
are
dear?
you doing? I'm
I'm
very
very
good.
yeah,
It's nice to have you on the show.
nice to have you too, and I'm excited that we are doing this week. In fact, this year I have seen a lot of momentum, and I'm very happy that this
And
is
I'm
happening.
very I'm very happy to actually have you on the show, to actually share ideas and hear from you, because what you are doing is superb, I must say.
Thank you.
Okay, so Antoinette, I would love to ask because I was going through your media profile and I saw life purpose coach. You help people to merge their skills and their passion into a career. So, how was growing up for you in your local community, especially as a girl, to see that you're Ghanaian and African and that? So, how was growing up for you?
Okay, so I think that growing up, I visibly saw that I was different. I
Okay,
visibly saw that I was different than many people and different than the boys. I generally joke to people and tell people that I think that I am I am one of those children that already came into the world fully grown. So I would ask
okay.
questions. You have those kind of kids that
Yes,
they
and you think this person has come before, probably a reincarnation or something.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
will ask questions. I was always asking difficult questions, questioning everything, asking why. And what I saw differently that I realized that I had many chores than my brother. I realized that
Mm,
there was, and especially on Saturdays, because as I've said, I was already acting grown up, and so I had a lot of responsibility. Or some of them
okay.
I took them by myself,
Self.
and
Okay.
yeah, and I had to do some cleaning, sometimes washing and all that. But I saw that those things were given to girls instead of boys, even though my
Mm,
brother would have one or two things, but he was more free than I was. And I would
mm,
ask those questions that why should these things happen? And there were also things like there is this festival they do, which is like a masquerade, like a carnival. And when we were growing up in the
okay.
region that we were, it was a popular thing that was done. And I enjoyed it. I saw it and I thought it was fun. But then I asked my dad, and my dad said, no, women don't do it. It's for men. But once in a while,
Mm,
I'll see one woman, but it was not. But I now as a grown up, I go and do this carnival, and many
mm.
more women are doing it. But already from
Oh,
those experiences, I was beginning to see that there were some things cut out for women, and then there were some things that men were more free and women were more limited. And I also noticed
so,
that within the society, women faced different forms of discrimination. Like if I'm walking on the street, I could easily get some, I don't know if they call it catcalls or young lady, excuse me. And if you try to defend, they will abuse you, they will insult you, they will say all
mm,
these
yes,
things. And boys don't face these things. And I'm like, why should the woman have different? And so I already know,
face.
yeah, I already noticed these things whilst growing up. But I enjoyed a good childhood and I liked to play. So
Well, that is actually very relatable because in Africa it's like a major thing as a child, and Saturdays almost till today. I think there's a part of me that dreads Saturday mornings, and I just want a Saturday that you're free of all kinds of chores. Okay, so we also want to welcome our guests. Welcome to today's show, and please, we'll love it. As our speakers are speaking, please show that you're following with your engagement. It could just be an emoji, it could be comments, or it could be words that eat you from our speakers. So you can just put them in the comment box, and we will do well to display them. So thank you very much. Okay, so that is Anna telling us about how growing up was for, and I'm sure that a lot of young girls can relate to this because it's very much relatable too. So, and also, I said I saw on your profile that okay, help women own their skills and turn them into career using communication. So, what role do you think this media? Because for you to now say you want to use media as a form of like, okay, let me use it as a tool or an armor to ensure that women are kicking asses and achieving what they want. So, as media in any way or communications, has it limited women and girls in Africa in any way at all?
that one. Media is a big corporate. Seriously,
Mm,
media is a big corporate, and my I have a media background, and I truly enjoy
okay.
media communication in school. I did a lot of public relations, so and even in my daily work, I have a 9 to 5 that I do apart from the coaching that I do. In my
Okay.
daily work that I do, I work on adolescent girls and adolescent girl
Okay.
development, and then I see that the media space I'll take it from different angles. In fact, I'll do it on three
Okay.
ways because I don't want to
Yeah.
miss out something. There is traditional
Okay.
media, which is our
Okay.
regular print and television radio.
Mm.
You see that in those places, when you see reporting of adolescent girls' issues, the angles, the framing, the way they tell the stories, sometimes they will go like, a girl gets pregnant because of Indomie.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
when
Mm. The
they
headlines.
the issues, they trivialize the issues, or someone who has suffered abuse, a woman who has
Mm.
gone through abuse. The way it is reported, the victim is reported as guilty, and so
Mm.
then you are already twice suffering because when the issue is reported, it's reported that the woman did something wrong, or she
Mm.
wore this, or she's a gold digger, or she did X, and that is
All
why they face this kind.
this kind
Every
of
day,
things.
somehow within the narrative, you will find that there are lines that point to the victim as the culprit, as someone
Mm.
who has done something wrong and is deserving of the wrong that they have suffered or the injustice that they have suffered. So that is just one part of traditional media when these things happen. Social media. Social media is one of those places that I often tell people that I'm glad that I'm born within this generation because there's
Okay.
a lot of things that you enjoy from what
Social
the
media.
worldwide and even the
Yes.
social media. We
Yeah.
have this is an opportune time to have information at our fingertips. The way I'm curious, I don't know what I'll do without Google or even social media. Or even now,
Yeah.
you can just put words on Instagram and
Even
find
things
ways
as easy
and
as pronunciation of words, you just go there and check it.
yes,
Yeah.
and check it and all that. Yeah, so it's a good thing. But what do we realize? We realize that, I mean, maybe you can even later do an experiment to check how women are represented in the social space. You will see that nowadays, I don't even understand what that thing is. There is a lot of emphasis on body image, and you will
Mm.
see that they will put some woman there and then they will circle the shoe, but actually they are trying to emphasize her breast or
On the
it,
legs, all
I
that.
don't get things like, but all these ways women are represented often tend to shame women in some ways. And I think that the media space should be one of those spaces that shed positive light on
Mm.
women, our
Yes.
growth, our development, our contributions, our insights, our intuitions, all those contributions that women make to society, our homes, how we support children, all these contributions that we make should be the things that are highlighted if we are
On the
talking
social
about women
media.
politicians. We should emphasize the positive side and rather not pay attention to a woman reporter and try to emphasize their hair or their breast. We
Mm.
don't do that to the
On
men.
their legs.
We pay
Yes.
attention to them.
So what
Yes,
is coming
we
out
pay
from their
attention to the
mouths?
yeah, what they are contribution, their intelligence, all those things are the things that we should pay attention to. I hope I'm not going against my time. Another one is popular culture. Popular culture. This one is the most guilty because we have opportunity, especially, and I don't know how, because there's a lot of work that's required in this area. So popular culture comes in the form of movies, films,
Mm.
music, music that we see, music videos, the screen, writing, literature, all those aspects of the soft side of media, the fun side, the creative side, the entertaining, the lovely side of media. Music video, typical music video, what do you see? Man, well
Mm.
dressed, the shirt,
And then
everything, and the lady half naked because that is
mm.
what the woman is. Really?
Even the lyrics of the music is nothing to write home about.
How do we talk about women in music? How do we talk about women in our music? I know everybody says they love their mom, but when it's their wife or their girlfriend, it's different.
Mm.
It's different. It's different. And that person will will not represent their mom in that way. That producer will not represent their mom in that way. But another woman and it's portrayed like that. And I think we ourselves as young women also should should also try to put emphasis on our abilities and our creativity the way the men do, rather than
Do yeah.
we also contributing to these kind of stereotypes. One last thing actually is that women, women are usually the perpetrators sometimes, and truth has to be said. Women are sometimes the perpetrators of stereotypes, of abuses, and some these things. Sometimes we call them the gatekeepers, like
Yeah.
FGM, female genital
Trauma
mutilation.
installation.
It is the women who do the cutting. And I like something you said in the introduction that um, because of some of the orientation and things that women have experienced, they
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
tend to,
Pass it on
and so we
to
are
your
caught up
children.
with, we are caught up with the cycle. So the onus is on us, a new generation, to begin to chart a new path, to begin to write a new narrative about
Yes.
how we represent, REI, present, how we represent ourselves as women, how we represent ourselves, our body image, how we represent ourselves as individuals, and how we need to be valued for our contribution to society.
Thank you very much. That is really, really important. We need to take up space. We need to go out there, put ourselves out there, take up space, change the narrative. How do you want to be represented? How do you want to be perceived in the society? It is up to you to do that. So this is just a call to every woman and girl out there. Go out there and change the narrative. Put out the change you want to see. And like the popular saying, the change begins with you. Thank you very much, Antoinette, for that. And I think, okay, now we're bringing on Bunmi Fowose for our own part. So, yeah. Hello, Bunmi. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Okay, I don't know. Please, can you increase your volume? Okay, hello. Yes, I can hear you, but it's very low. Although I can still make use of that. Okay, can you like put your earpiece to your mouth? Okay, hello. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Oh, it's not. Okay. Okay, if our audiences can hear, I think we'll be able to work with that. Please, I would like to get a review from the audience. Please, if you can hear, please signify and put it in the comments section. Okay. Okay, they can't hear either. They can't hear either. Oh, I think we'll have to go and come back. Okay, let's go. Okay, now I think I can. I can. Okay. Hello, how are you doing? Good afternoon. I'm okay. It's nice to have you on the show. So I would love you to give like a brief like overview of how growing up was for you in your local community, especially as a girl child. sorry, Bunmi. I think we'll have to go and come back. The network is breaking and I can't hear you very well. So I doubt if the audience will be too. So I think we have to go back to Lynnet for now. Or hello, Lynnet.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. It's nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I can. Okay, I can hear you. If you can hear Lynette, please put a comment in the comments box and let her see. Okay, what about the video? Is it that the network isn't that okay? That's why you decided to go on audio.
No, I've had an issue with the video since yesterday. I've been trying to work on it, but still can't
Okay.
get around it. So maybe if it's okay, we work with the avatar.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Mm,
It's no problem at all. So it's nice to have you on the show. So
okay.
Lynette, you can you like briefly tell us brief history about you growing up in your community, like Kenyan. So how was it
hmm
growing up in Kenya?
So my name is Lynnet Njeru, a young
Like,
person from Kenya, from a community known as Indu. So growing
okay.
up for me, I grew up in a community that is more of a patriarchal society. So like
As
I grew
expected.
up knowing that men are the providers, men are the head of the family and everything. But however, I'm lucky to have been brought up in a home setup where my parents were more aware of the changing dynamics of the society, of the modern society, and I could see
Mm.
that they were equal participants in the family. But
Wow.
looking around me, I could see neighbors or even hear stories of families where the dad now was the if I could use that term, was the fear factor in the household. So whenever he came home, everyone had to go silent, or rather, sometimes getting home meant work for the family. So we like
Mm.
one time we were living in a certain neighborhood, and the father used to come home around 6, and we used to play with those children, with our neighbors at the time. So every time at around 6, we had to run home, and the kids had to no our neighbors had to get busy with house chores, because if their dad
Okay.
found them free and playing, that meant war, even for their mom. Like, it was the kids always knew that whenever dad comes home, there has to be war. So like we were brought up to fear the father figure in the family and the
Yeah.
society. That is my
Mm.
growing up. Yeah.
Well, it's also very relatable too because it's also Africa. I think I remember
Yeah.
growing up whenever because my dad is not always around during the week, but during the weekends and on Sundays after church, and then everybody will go silent, and you'll be wondering if this is not the home where four children are
Mhm.
living in, but just because the father is at home, we all have to go quiet. But well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very glad that the society is changing, the narratives are changing, and now people are giving more room for their children to express themselves as they will to with
Mhm.
the parents. So that is very that is the only thing that is giving us joy now. So it's nice to
Yeah.
hear from you, Lynette. So I think I also went to your profile because I like doing like a background check on the people we were bringing to the show, and I saw that
Mhm.
you make use of graphics and visuals, to advocate against gender-based violence. And I must say it is a very good initiative. It's a very good initiative. But then, what gave you that sort of inspiration? Because a lot of people will, go out there and make like do like a video show or a
Yeah.
writing or poetry or the likes, but then you decide to make use of paintings and the likes. So what was the
Mhm.
motivation behind that?
Oh my God, I think I would call myself a creative, and so for
Okay.
me, I just didn't want to create content that is has no basis. So like I felt the need to, if it's a script and writing for a film, the story has to have a deeper meaning other than for entertainment, right? And then
Yes.
how I got into this space, I am a special effects makeup artist, and
Oh,
whenever
okay.
I'm creating, whenever I'm creating effects, I'm like, you see, like special effects in its form, like you find most times either you're creating wounds or injuries, or that's why it comes in. It's not like the regular glam makeup. So like for me, I felt the need to have a backup story for every effect I make. So if it's a wounded face or a bruised face or a wounded knee, like I felt the need to come up with a story. And I one time I came across a photo online of a fellow colleague that had created an effect of a knee injury, and I recreated that effect and I posted it on my WhatsApp status, and guys were like, "What happened to you?" And it was like, "Oh, so it looks so real to you guys." And I was like, "So if this one looks real, and I attach a story to it, so now it will blend between my passion to advocate and create awareness on gender-based violence, and also bring out my creative aspect." So
Mm.
like merging the two for me is just magical, and that's how I came to use art, not just through special effects, but other aspects of art, such as poetry. We do stage plays. We've done so in churches. We've done so in community events. We've done so in schools to teenagers, and as even as we do other types of advocacy in the society. So for us, art is our main medium, and that's it's passion and it's still awareness. Like we call ourselves creating our tagline is creating awareness, nurturing talents. While we're creating awareness, we're
Mm.
still nurturing talents.
And you're
Yeah,
nurturing talent. That's a very good one. Actually, I'm
yeah.
a very big fan of using graphics and visual arts to actually send
Mm-hmm.
your message out there, because it has been proven that what people see and what
Mm-hmm.
they can, like, what they see, it sinks faster into their system rather than
Wow.
abstract what you just hear. So it's actually a very good initiative, and I must say kudos to you.
Thank
So,
you.
so how has the success been so far? Like, do you have any success stories you might wish to share as regards your progress with the use of graphics and visual arts over the years?
Yes, we do, and we have them in two dynamics. One is
Okay.
for being able to have people come out and tell their stories or reach out to us as against GBV. And the second
Okay.
aspect is that we've been able to nurture talents that people in our team have discovered that they are good in arts or in acting, they are good at graphic design. They've discovered that they can do a lot in the within the arts field. So
Mm.
for the awareness part, one of our major successes is getting after we what do I call it, after uh, we shared our videos or we've shown out a play,
Okay.
whether it's live or it's through social media or through a short WhatsApp clip. We get people now curious about whether this platform allows me to speak out of something that I have experienced about. So, like,
Okay.
sometimes we don't necessarily get people approaching against GBV as a platform, but it also becomes heavy on me, which is a responsibility that I have taken upon myself, because now I'll find people approaching me as a person, and now they want to open up to me. And so now what we've been able to do in the past is create a common WhatsApp group, more of a support group, where now these
Okay.
different people from different places, we able to put them in a similar, I mean, in a familiar setup where now everyone else in the group maybe has a similar story. So that one worked well for some time.
Mm.
And we could invite therapists in the group, so we could have these sessions where someone would we would have topics each and every time we had a session. So and then now people would speak out, and now the therapist could be able, now now a therapist can be able to read in
Yes.
between the lines, right? So and then
Yeah.
it's either the therapist will approach the person speaking, or the person will approach the
Approach
therapist.
the therapist. Yeah.
So, but after some time now, I found that people now wanted more to confide more in me. And now knowing that my profession is not in counseling or therapy, So what I do is that I talk with them and walk through their issue on
Yeah.
a person-to-person basis, and then slowly I introduce them to a professional. So that's
No.
why we always have, we call out for therapists who can come on board, because like different people will be comfortable with different
With different
therapies.
people.
Like my
Yes.
therapist will not be the best therapist for you. So that is
Mm.
what we always do, and we have helped quite a number of people because we've worked with different therapists. We've also been able to rescue victims of gender-based violence, but what we do is not that we do not bring them to, we don't have the capacity now to host them, like when they come out from a toxic situation, we don't have the capacity to have them stay with us. So like what we do, we partner with a rescue center where after
Okay.
when we yeah when a victim comes to us, now we've been able to introduce the victim to a rescue center where they go through these, they have a safe space where they can stay, be taught.
Where they can stay and actually speak with therapists also.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And also they get to learn skills, life skills and money making skills now, so that when they go back to their society now, they are financially stable now
And
to
they're
stand on
empowered.
their own and not be pushed by life and circumstances to go back to the perpetrator. So that is
Mm.
what we do. Yeah, and we've been successful and we're proud of the journey so far. Okay, for us we view them as baby steps, but out there, and when you analyze it from a different angle, being able to help one, two, three, four people, it's a big step and it's our joy.
Wow, that is very interesting. Not only are you creating like an outlet for them, but you're also empowering them with skills that are marketable, and that is very interesting. That is a very good one. Kudos,
Mm,
more, more, more to you. Do more.
thank
Okay.
you.
So,
Yeah.
okay, now we'll be going on a short break, and after that, we'll be going back to Annette, and then we'll be talking with her and be getting more insights from her. So, stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
We want to break the bias. We want to see women thrive in an incredibly unbiased world.
It breeds contempt, and it is the root cause of inequality.
Let's break the bias and create an equitable future for all. Hi, Deborah from Nigeria. I rep Realize Africa.
I, Jessiola Morris, I rep Realize Africa.
I, Chanda Chavala from Zambia, I rep Realize Africa. Happy International Women's Day to you all. Peace.
Okay, welcome back. Okay, welcome back. Annette, are you there? Hello. Oh, okay. She's there. Oh, hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
I hope you've been enjoying yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so we just want to like run through the next question we have for you. Your coaching, your organization, Araba Africa Coaching. Can you tell us like more about how you're able to develop it and what it does and progress it has made so far?
All right. Thank you very much for the question. So,
Yeah.
Africa coaching, I started it off in the season, actually around April. So, just 1 month after Ghana received its first case of the coronavirus.
Wow.
Most of us were at home, and that was the time TikTok arrived, and we were
Yeah.
all just at home trying to figure out what we are going to do with ourselves from the pandemic. We're not going to work. We're just, At that point, I I realized that there was a gap
Okay.
because growing up, I mean, I've seen a lot of sad women. I've seen many sad women within our society and many young girls who are lost. So the work that I do exposes me to meeting many people in rural communities. I've worked in Sierra Leone, Freetown, Moyamba, other communities like that, and even in Ghana, other places like that. So I had seen many sad young women and also even young people in general. Then I thought, okay, let me just start a blogging to share some
Okay.
inspiring ideas for to young people about life lessons that I've learned, and of course, I had experienced many of them in my daily work. So I started writing. I have a literature background. My first degree is in English literature.
Okay.
So I started writing. In that sense, I created a small group. I was sharing it. I created a WordPress account and started working on that. Now, as it went on, I realized that um, it needs to morph into something else. I need to do targeting because within that group of uninspired people, the most affected were the young women because as they are young people in general dealing with all the struggles of their time, women have to deal with many other issues. Maybe they have to deal with confidence. They have to deal with imposter syndrome. They are questioning who they are. They are not sure what to do. Um, Abuse, gender based, different kinds of violence, verbal abuse, all these kind of things. That limits them, that limits how they think about themselves, their abilities, their potential, and actually going out to do something. And as a person of faith, I know that everybody has a talent and a gift. And you recognize that if people are doing what they have been gifted, they would be able to thrive and do better in that area. So I just thought
Yes.
that anybody with the right kind of support, with the right kind of mentoring and coaching, would be able to come up and shine in the domain that they have chosen. And I hope that many of us find these domains. So that is how come started working on Arab Africa coaching with young women. I've organized a ladies trip to a different region, bringing young people together, discussing their dreams. And young women, young girls have a lot to say. They have a lot to say. They have a lot of ideas to share. They have a lot of dreams. They have a lot of goals that they want to achieve. But sometimes they feel like they don't know how, they don't know the starting point, they don't know what to do. And so I started this coaching, and I've seen that some young people that I have engaged have begun to find clarity in terms of what they want to do. People, even like people starting jobs that they don't like and all that, they are beginning to dig deep, and people have gone on to start like businesses and start small things. And I believe that with time, as they move on and continue to move along that path, they will grow. But the main point for me is for people to begin to ask themselves the right questions. People that then begin to ask themselves the right questions about themselves, what they believe about themselves, who they are, where they are going, their capabilities, what they can do and make out of their life. And so that is what Arab Africa coaching is all about. And I believe that many young girls will benefit from this initiative.
Well, that just looked like a very mini session. Like I'm having a session with someone, and it is very, very interesting because we are at a stage that I can also say I've been there, where you don't even know what next to do. You don't know the next step to take, and it feels like everything is just like choking you and then you don't know what to do. But then with a life purpose coach like you'll be able to ask yourself the right questions which will propel you towards the right directions. I hope I'm speaking for all if I say you are doing a very good job. And also our audience, I want you to cheer Antoinette. She's doing very well. She's doing a very good job. So drop your comments. So as she's delivering the values, giving you forever. Please drop your comments in the comment section. And honestly, it's a very good one. So how would you say, like, what are some of like the measures you use when it comes to your success stories? How have you been able to measure your success from time to time? Because just like now, I can say you've gained yourself one more fan. Maybe I'll subscribe to one of your sessions these days. So how have you been able to measure
Okay.
your success?
I think that it's still early days yet for what I do.
Okay.
For me, the biggest, and I actually, the way I say it is that I myself am also working my own metaphor. I'm also living my
Okay.
own thing to be able to walk that path of finding a beautiful life. And the people that have come within my circle, there's a close niche of people that I engage. I also do one-on-one coaching. I really enjoy the one-on-one coaching that I do with people, and in that sense, I'm able to tell the kind of because when people come to you first, you see how they engage with you, how they talk, and as you go along, you begin to see like some butterfly that has fallen out of the cocoon and now is able to fly, and
Yeah.
they are more positive,
Yes.
optimistic about what they want to do, what their future holds for them, the path that they do. So mostly it's the kind of coaching that I do with one-on-one people that I coach one-on-one. I'm able to clearly see that these people have made some transformation. They are no longer they've been able, because when we start off, we set our goals. We are clear on what we want to achieve, what we want to do. And
Mm.
sometimes some of the things you want to achieve is not something you go and achieve in 2 months. It's something you achieve
Mm.
in 1 year or five
Yeah,
years.
over the
But you need
years.
to work it every day. And so we
Yes, you
start
need
off like this, yeah, in those kind of coaching that we do, and then we match it against what goals that we have set from the beginning. And you see that people are transformed, they are positive, they are willing to actually go out and try. They are
Mm.
willing to actually go out and try. And I've seen
Yeah.
many young people that I engage with trying out their hands on actually find their goals, their vision. And I think that yesterday I did a live session on Instagram and I said it and I want to repeat it, that I think that at the end of the day, what people will regret is not their ability to chase their goals or chase their dreams or take steps towards their dreams that were not successful. But I think that what people will generally regret is your inability to um, do something or even believe in yourself to actually make the first step. And for me, that is
Mm.
the biggest part.
Yes, because this thing you said, a lot of people have dreams, aspirations, they have visions of where they want to be. But then this imposter syndrome of you can't actually achieve it is actually preventing them from taking the first step, which is the step that will lead them towards many other steps that will actually bring them to what their vision that they've seen, what the vision is like. So I think this is just towards that, okay, don't look down on yourself, don't belittle your abilities. Yes, you have that dream, you have that vision, but take a step towards it. And that's when it's actually going to come into actualization. So thank you, Lynnet, for that. It has been very wonderful with you. Okay, so from your practical experience in breaking gender biases, what advice will you give to young girls who struggle like with self-esteem issues, who feel small about themselves? We have a lot of people that they have great ideas, but they just feel like
I think
I have
I'm
social
missing you
awkwardness.
quite a bit. I may not have gotten you.
Okay. Let me repeat. I said a lot of girls out there struggle with self-esteem issues. Can you hear me now? Hello.
That I think it's breaking a little bit.
That's
This
what.
this it's breaking a little bit, but I think that I can imagine the question you're asking me, that learning from my experience, what advice would I give to young girls who struggle and feel small about themselves and their
Yes,
gender?
yes, yes,
That is the question, right?
yes. That's the question.
Okay. So I think that for advice, for any young girl growing up, I think that the foremost thing you need to know about yourself is that you are enough. You are enough because we go about thinking you are being told various things that will make you that will make you complete or enough. That if you do X, you will be more complete. For example, if you, I don't know what age group you are, but sometimes they say if you marry, you will be complete.
Mm,
Or
mm,
if you, after the marriage, if you have a child, you'll be complete. Or if you do, for women, it's always something that if you do this, you will be complete, but you are never complete. For any young girl listening, I want to say that you are enough. One of the things that determines our success in life, it could be, we can say all sorts of things, but the mindset is the first thing, because
mm,
the mindset is what will determine whether you are encouraged to continue to push or to actually do something or not. Sometimes some of the people that do, the people in the yogic culture, or people who are in people who are in this mindfulness, they teach mindfulness. They talk about the thing with the mind, that your mind is your whole being. Your
mm.
mind is you, because some the way we think, we think of ourselves as something, and you will not believe it, that there are people who are walking out there and thinking of themselves as they belittle themselves, they don't
Yes.
believe in their dreams because they've had some experiences in the past, they've tried out one or two things that have failed, or they come from a certain family that people have told them things, or families that um, people don't go beyond a certain limit, or women don't go beyond a certain limit. Well, hear this. God has created all of us equally in his own
Mm,
image and likeness. And we are all full of capabilities, we are all full of potential. It is up to you to find, and that is your only job in this world, to find what your right gift is. I'll give you an example. When we were in primary school, I had colleagues that were not very good in academics, and our education system makes it look like if you are not good in academics, you can't do
educate.
your math, you
You're
can't do your
not good in
science,
anything at all.
you
Yeah.
cannot do anything else in life. But along the line, I realized that, and it was a funny thing, when we were writing the exams, final exam, this person was sitting by me and asking me, Annette, what is number one? you know, but I realized that along the line, this person has different abilities. They are very creative. They can dance, they can paint, they can make something out of themselves, and they go out and do these things. So I think that our only job is to actually find out what our gifts are, what we are truly good at, and begin to pursue that thing. And once we are doing those things that we pursue, we'll be happy. And so for young girls, you are enough. Have faith in your own self, have faith in your own abilities, believe in yourself, no matter what anybody has said, because people will continue to say things. The group of friends that you are in, they will tell you what you can do and cannot do. But you are the
Mm,
person who has to tell yourself what you cannot do and can do. Because think about it, you are the one who will go out and pursue it. A person who is telling you what you are good at and not good at, they will determine what they are good at and what they are not good
mm.
at. They are just giving an opinion, or an opinion. It is just their
Yeah.
opinion. But you can determine what you are good at and not, because you will take the steps. So I think that for us, we need to determine for ourselves who we are, define for ourselves who we are, and be clear on that one thing. We need to be clear on who we are as individuals. We need to define ourselves. And I think once we have that set, we'll be ready to do many great things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That has been really nice. You were speaking like a mentor who speak to our mentees. And I believe everybody there out there, our audiences, have actually gotten one or two from this. And when you said something like, okay, that for a lot of girls, they feel like they're not complete. They feel they need one thing or the other to complete themselves. And that is actually true, especially in our cultural setting. They feel like, okay, you need a man to complete you, you need a job to do this, you need this one to do that. But first off, you said something that God has created us equally with everything we actually need. to be somebody in life. So I hope everyone out there, every girl, every woman will understand that in your own self, you are complete. You don't need anybody to complete you. You are complete. The only thing for you is to find what fuels your passion and actually take a step towards actualizing that. And also, like Annette said, believe in yourself, change your mindset. You are the only one, you're the only author of your own life. You're the only one that has a say over your own life. And what the others are just giving are opinions and suggestions and whatever. But then you are the architect of your own life. So thank you very much, Annette. And before everybody thinks Annette is all about books, Annette is all about seriousness, Annette is this, Annette is that. So can you just tell us what you do for fun? Like on a normal day, your leisure to relax and unwind, what do you do for fun? Oh, I think a network went off. Okay, I think a network went off. So I'll wait if she's going to come back or not. But then we'll proceed to Bunmi now. Hello, Bunmi. Hello. The network, the audio is still very much bad. I can't hear. The audio is very much bad. No, we can't hear you. I can't hear you. Maybe maybe you should remove the earpiece, the mouthpiece. Can you remove it and use the phone directly? Oh, okay. I think that takes us to Lynnet. Hello, Lynnet. Are you there?
Hi,
Okay.
I'm here.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I think your audio has an issue. It's vibrating. Okay, hold on, Lynette. Let me just ask Annette's last question because I believe she has to run off for a particular appointment. Okay, hello, Annette. Welcome back.
Hello. Yes, we are
Yeah.
back.
Okay, before you get the network went off, I was like, before a lot of people start thinking Annette is all about seriousness, books, that and that. So also like to see like a fun side to you. What do you do to relax, to unwind and the likes?
That's very funny actually because I think that I'm one of the most unserious people you will meet. But
Oh,
I think that when I
really?
talk about something that
You're
when
passionate
I talk
about.
about something that I'm very, very passionate about, it shows through that I'm very passionate about, and these are serious things. But generally, like, okay, fine. I read a lot. I enjoy reading. My
Okay.
reading got into my head. I did literature from secondary school, and that is when I
Wow.
knew that I really liked it. So I like reading. That one is not fun, but I enjoy reading. But I also enjoy dancing. I used to know how to
Okay.
dance, so but now my body doesn't cooperate. But
I would have said you should show us some dance moves. You are breaking bias.
hey, eh,
Hey.
eh.
Okay.
I enjoy, yeah, I enjoy dancing. I enjoy music as well. And this year I'm teaching myself how to paint. So
Wow.
I love art, and so I'm teaching myself how to
How to
paint. I would
paint.
like to do a lot of sports actually, but life is dealing with me, so I need to be able to um so I like to do a lot. I've tried tennis in the past, and I would like to go back to that
Okay.
as well. And yeah, I used to hit the gym a lot, but not so much these days. So those are I love a lot of fun things. Yeah.
You have a lot of interest. That's very nice.
Yes, I do. I do.
All right. Thank you very much for this wonderful session, and it lets our audience please let us try as much as possible to appreciate Annette in the comments, in the comment section. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to having you on this show some other time, and I hope you oblige us when
Okay.
we call on you.
Yes, that would be great.
And from
That would be great.
okay, from us to you is goodbye. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day, my dear, and all the best in all your endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, that was a very wonderful session, to be sincere. I can say I've learned one or two. I've even learned more than two. It was very insightful. And I hope you all will also show like one thing or the other that you've learned in the comment section so that we can project it and our speaker will know, okay, she has done very much, she has done well. Okay, so I think we'll check. Bumi is not there. Let me check on Lynnet. Hello, Lynnet. How are you? Okay, let me check the other one. I think this isn't so okay. Hello. Lynette, hello. Are you there?
Hello, yes.
Okay, your audio is vibrating. It's giving like a kind of vibration and it's not making it to be very clear. Can you hear me? Oh. Can you like disconnect and connect again? Okay. Okay, that leaves us with Bumi. I mean, hello. Hello. Yeah, I think this is very much better. Can you hear me? Okay. So can you tell us like the audio is still very much bad. The audio is very much bad. Okay. Can you try to turn off your camera and let us make use of the audio if that would be okay? Hello? She's talking but I can't see her. Okay. Can't see her also. Hi Lynette. Lynette, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so we know that gender-based violence is one of the peculiarities to Africa, and Kenya is also part of Africa. So, what are some of the practical ways that you've been able to make use to actually curb gender-based violence in Kenya?
Now I'll have to on some of the issues that you see.
Hmm. Okay, the audio is echoing, so we can't hear. Let's just try to connect and reconnect, please. Okay, we'll be going on a very short break now, and after that, we'll be back. And I hope everything has been sorted by then. So we'll be showing up here. Okay. So we'll be launching one of the loudest series to commemorate the International Women's Day, and then we'll be talking about Adenike Oyetunde. This is also one of the women that is breaking barriers in her field of work, her life, and her career generally. So we'll be back after the short break. Stay tuned.
Good day, everyone. You're welcome to another edition of Realize Me series, and I am Abana Asabirida.
I'm Maria Media Davisi, and you know, this Note series is like the special one in commemoration of the International Women's Day. And you know, we're going to be talking about some women who have been able to make it for themselves, like broken like the proverbial glass ceilings, in this generation of inequalities here and there.
Able to like
Yeah,
step out.
and yeah. They've been able, to make names for themselves, step out, and be able to do something tangible for themselves and their families. And that is what makes these women like particularly special. I guess you like to go first.
Of course, like I have someone that's been ringing in my head.
Person's
Like
giving
when
you
you're
eyes
talking,
and
I was
ginger.
like, she's the one. Like she's one of
Okay,
them.
okay.
Yeah, and she goes by the name Adenike Oyetunde.
Okay.
She even released the book titled Adenike. Before I go into that one, let me first explain to you like what made her difference, like what made her catch my attention. That she's one of them.
Okay.
So
This one you are loving now. I want to
I'm
hear about
loving
it. I didn't care.
Okay, so she lost her leg at the age of 20.
20.
Fortunately.
That's drastic.
But
Because 20 is just like that particular time between teenage years and
Like-
adulthood, and this is something that you've already like mapped out plans for your life, and then something just comes.
Like 20 is when you feel like your life is just getting started. Like you are about to bam bam
There's
and
a
stuff.
series of this stuff now these days. Like in your 20s, you should be this, you should be that.
And she said, when she was giving her story to Punch during an interview, she said when she was diagnosed with a bone tumor, cancer, actually she fell down and the blood kept clotting, and at the end she had to cut off the leg. She had to be amputated. So she said when she had the bone tumor and stuff, family members and people were like, probably she was cursed, or maybe like
I can imagine, and then they bring in the
people.
African side to
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
So really have much like people to stay with her and stuff. But thank God she was able to stand up, because she went through the therapy stage, the recovery stage and all that stuff. But it's not easy for an amputee to become a special assistant to the governor of Lagos for people with disability.
All up. Special
To the governor of Lagos.
And
And
the thing is, assuming you were even like having it right from a very tender age, you've come to live with it.
True.
But now you said she's 36.
Yes, she has
And
to accept
that's
the
just within
fact.
the space of 15 years, she's been able to accept the fact and also, build a name for herself.
True.
That is really
She
impressive.
told herself that, okay, when they asked her that, okay, does she see that a setback? She said no, she doesn't see that a setback, and till date she still doesn't see it as a setback.
Wow, that's
She
the spirit.
stands exactly, that's the spirit. She stands in front of people to give them inspiration, to motivate people. She said what she wants is she wants to teach people like herself to stand up, believe in themselves, and do things, because it is not their fault they are like that, and people would not do those things for them. So it's left for them. They have a choice. They have to stand up. You see how she's encouraging people. She even has this book that Adenike, I told you earlier, that she released about herself and some other encouraging things. She is an advocate. She's a radio host. She's a media
She's a lot of
influencer. She's
things.
a whole lot of things.
Okay.
I was watching one of her
She's
videos
a babe
I
and more.
I have babe and more. 600 yards. Okay, so I watched this video of her on YouTube, and she stood on the podium and she was with the microphone. And the first thing that caught my attention before the words was the charisma, the vibe. There was nothing like any self-consciousness.
You know, there's
or
some people that you
anxiety
see and you feel like, God, I want this kind of grace.
like seriously, I was
Like
like static, like
elegance.
she was still able to, be herself.
She walked the walk.
Exactly, like completed the assignment.
Wow. So I think this one is just disability isn't inability.
It is not.
I
She
think I
lost
like.
you mine. My best quote is she lost a limb, but she didn't shine.
Wow.
Like she is glowing
I like
despite
that.
the fact that she lost a limb. She is owner of an organization that deals with disabilities and stuff. She stands up to inspire people every single day. She's a motivation to people, and because of her, a lot of people with disabilities have like they rose up like yeah they got up like yeah sure. So she's a hot cake.
She's a big babe.
You cannot lose your shine. You have a choice. You can stand up and go out of that box. You can do things.
can
You have
step
the
out of your
power.
comfort
Exactly.
zone.
You can
For
step
me,
out
it's
of it.
like parents. If you know you have a child with a disability, it's not inability. You just support them. Let them, make a name for themselves
Encourage
from
them.
their
True.
own interests. Because a lot of people they will have children with disabilities and they just want to, keep them home. But then no, let those children go out. Let them make a name for themselves.
Right? So you've heard us. So disability isn't inability. You've not lost your shine. You can still do it. So stand up and get started. Okay? We'll reach at the top. Okay. We're rounding up this
Series, and that's
of-
the end of this series. So watch out for our next series. We'll still be talking about women breaking glass ceiling.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back from that short break. And I must say, I didn't kill you today is like an inspiration. That woman is kicking it. Like, remember when we were talking about that show, and then the vibes that Sabi was getting, just from talking about her it was something that was even gingering me myself. And now, just looking at it, I can say, I didn't kill you today is breaking biases. She's breaking biases. That you're physically challenged does not mean that you cannot go out there and achieve even more than you even aim to achieve. It's just like Kenneth has said, you're the master of your own life. Go out there, do something, take a step. You have a vision, yes, you have a dream, you have a goal. Why don't you take a step towards it today? And before you know it, that vision will be actualized. It's not just one big vision that is just come and materialize. No, it's baby steps. The baby steps matters. Like the days of little beginnings. Don't despise those days. Those are the main days. Okay, and I have this comment from Shomefu Esther. She says she's an inspiration to other women living with disability. This is great to hear. Yes, and also like we have said, disability isn't inability. So that woman is so much of an inspiration. And also Kemi says, thank you, Ms. Gyan. And also, I think we have another comment that says, from Peace Alade, without a limb, yet still standing tall. Yes, she's standing tall indeed. And I could just feed off the vibes she was giving from those videos. Okay, so let me check on Lynnet and see if the sound is okay. Hello, Lynnet. Okay, I think it's the network from your end, and I would have really loved, for us to talk more about your organization, but the network is really bad. So I think we'll have to just schedule another meeting with you on another day, so we'll be able to like have another go at it. I'm really, really sorry about this. It's the network issues, and we hope one day it's going to get better, truly. So, from us to you, Lynette, we say goodbye. Do have a wonderful day. We hope to have more of you on the show someday. Do take care of yourself. Uh, okay. Okay, let me check on Bumi once more. Hello, Bumi. Bumi, hello. Hello, Bumi. Okay, I think audio is also very much bad. Okay, we also have another comment from Shumef who says, all ladies out there, don't limit yourselves. Be bold to express yourselves and go for your goals. Dr. Shumefun is one of our mentors in Realize Africa, and we are saying thank you very much for joining in on the show today. Thank you for your support. so far, and we look forward to having more of you. So this is our advice to us, all ladies out there: don't limit yourselves. Be bold to express yourselves and go for your goals. Go for your goals. Always go for your goals. Yeah. Okay. So I guess this will be bringing us to the end of the show today. Hello, Lynette. Oh, the network is still very much bad. Okay. I'm sorry, Lynette, but I think we'll have to schedule another meeting with you. I hope you can hear. Okay, guess you can. All right, take care of yourself. Hello, Bunmi. Hello. Okay. Okay, so I was just, checking some of the videos we had from some International Women's Day, from some women out there, and then it was just these women who are breaking biases in all like aspects of life. Women breaking biases in tech, women breaking biases in engineering, women breaking biases in business. These are entrepreneurs who are doing business for themselves and are achieving very much. These women, how were just there giving, like, delivering advices, which I also want to share with some of us. I think was this Sharon Russell, where and she was like, as a woman, go out there, take up space, don't be afraid to do you. A lot of women are battling self imposter syndrome, achieving great things, and be feeling like, okay, I'm a woman, I shouldn't be doing all these things. No, go out there, take up space. If you don't take up space in the world, before you know it, you'll be relegated to the background. And before you know it, your voice will not even go, it will not even get anywhere. Talk more of it being recognized. So go out there and take up space. Go out there, be you, do yourself, be unapologetically you. Don't just say, okay, because I have this physical challenge, I will not be able to do. No, we have to be a lot of people who are physically challenged and are out there doing a great deal of things. They're inspiring people. They are inspiring people. They are making opportunities for people like themselves. They are making opportunities for even people that are able-bodied. So then, what will be your excuse? What will be your excuse? There are a lot of things that you can actually make use of these days that are making, that is making life easy. Okay, I think we have Cynthia. I think Cynthia is meant to be our last guest, but then I think she's on. Let me add that to it. Okay. Hello? 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 Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia. Hello?
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, but please, can you increase the audio? The quality of the audio is very low.
Sorry, 1 minute.
Okay. Okay, we'll be going back to Cynthia. I think she's ready, but for the others, there's been no progress so far with the audio. Hello, Lynette. Still nothing. Okay, so like I was saying, that you're physically challenged does not mean there are a lot of opportunities out there, special schools that you could register to, YouTube channels that will take you at your own pace, that will, build you up. And this shouldn't even be a limitation in this day and time. That is why the major quote this year is break the bias. What is that bias? What is that barrier that has been, put on your path? You're a girl. Number one, you're a girl, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. No, break those biases. Okay, you're physically challenged. That is the bias they're placing there. No, break it. You can do more. You're of this tribe, you can't do this. Break it. break biases, be the best version of yourself that you can ever be. Be the best version of yourself that you can ever be. So I'm going to be showing some of the comments from our audience. So from Pisalade, I have be unapologetically you. Rise beyond your limitations. Your scars beautify you. Yes, your scars beautify you. They are your scars, yes, but own them. And own them, own your game, own your scars. They are yours, but nobody else can have it. Okay, from Dr. Shumefun says, all ladies there out there, don't limit yourself, be bold to express yourselves and go for your goals. I think Cynthia is ready for us. Let me bring her on. Hello, Cynthia. Hello. Hello. Okay, welcome on board.
I can hear you.
Okay,
Okay.
welcome on board. It's nice to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so can you like give a brief general introduction about yourself because our time is far spent. So I'd love you to like project your voice. What happened? Wait, can we get a video?
Well, I'm not sure because the screen is not giving me front camera. So
The screen isn't giving you opportunity to meet your friend. Let me see. Okay, I think it's the connection issue. You should be able to do that. You know what? Try reconnecting. Try reconnecting, then you click video. What about now? Okay, Cynthia, you are going to have to reconnect. Then once it brings this option of allow video or deny, just click on the allow. I think you're clicking on the deny, maybe that's why. So can you just try and reconnect? So while she sorts her network issues, I will continue to read the comments we had before from Dr. Shomefun. She says, all ladies out there, don't limit yourselves. Be bold to express yourselves and go for your goals. Peace, Alade, without a limp, yet standing tall. We also have Dr. Shomefun says she's an inspiration to other women living with disability. This is great to hear. Very great. She's a very big inspiration. Then Kemi Ologbese says, thank you, Miss Gyan. That's appreciating Antoinette for doing a very great and wonderful job of help of delivering value to us. And also Deborah J. Oilola says, okay, it's echoing. I think that was when we're having issues with the audio. Okay, Peace also says, thank you, Antoinette. Adeshina says, thank you very much. This is very great. Okay, let me check on Cynthia now. Hello, Cynthia. How about now? Hello? Hello? Hello, Cynthia.
hear you.
You can hear me, right? You said,
Okay, I heard you just now. Oh.
okay, what about now? I think we'll have to like reschedule another show because the audio isn't very much great. Hello, what about now?
I feel like something is wrong with the network connection.
Okay.
Your
I
voice
think
is
it's
great, and I can't just saying
okay. Please kindly
it's
disconnect
fine. I
and connect
just try to.
again. Okay. So I still have this comment from Additional Obisaya that says, change your mindset. Change your mindset. Then another from Additional Obisaya that says, discover who we are. Discover who we are. Believe in your abilities. This is just a call out to everyone to know yourself, own your game. Know your skills, know your capabilities, know what falls you, know what drives you. Discover yourself. Nobody else can discover you for you. You have to discover yourself. So, and another one from Additional Bisaya, you are enough in yourself. Okay, so nobody will complete you. You only have to complete yourself. And we have a comment from Peace that says, please, Alade, believe in yourself and don't belittle your abilities and the power of what you can achieve as a woman. Put effort into molding yourself and your dreams will come into realization. Okay, I think Lynnet just reconnected, so let me check if our network is very much okay now. Hello, Lynette. The audio is still the same. The audio is still very much the same, so we can't hear. Hello, Cynthia. Hello. Okay. I think we're having issues with our guests as regards their network, so we'll just read some of our comments and then we have a video from Lynette. It's so unfortunate that the network did not allow us to hear from her today, so we just show the video from her and then that will be the end of the session for today. Okay. Okay, this is from She's Debbie J. Use of graphics is very important. This is when we're talking about Lynette's use of graphics and visual arts for advocating against gender-based violence, and we're talking about how graphics gets ingrained in the memory lots faster than when it's just word of mouth, when it's just abstract. What you can see, there's a way it sinks into the deepest part of your heart, and before you know it is making a change in you. And okay, so we have Lavina Foster that says, Lavina Foster, a comment says great. Okay, she was reacting to one of our speakers and she was like great. Then we have another comment from Imal Bong of Young that says, thank you, Miss Gyan. Thank you, Miss Gyan. And then we also have another one from Alade Peace. In bridging gender inequality gap, young women should put emphasis on their creativity, abilities, and values. So you have to put emphasis on your creativity and your abilities, on what you can do, and your values. When we say we want to bridge gender inequality, we are not just saying it as a word of mouth, but then you have to be very much aware of what you can do and make use of this as and leverage on this as a way to also bridge gender inequality gap. Okay, so this is a comment from Jesse Ola Morris that says, unfortunately, most of the people who engage in the practice are not professional journalists who have acquired proper training in journalism. This was when Lynette Annette was talking about, some of the headlines used to portray some of the ills in our society. You see a child that is being molested or that is being abused, instead of you to focus on the fact that she was being abused, which is the real bone of contention. But then they add things like, okay, a girl was abused because of Indomie, and then this is taking the focus of the news away and putting it back on the Indomie, and then you trivialize very serious and important issues just with the words you put out there, which is not very much okay, which we have to change. We have to change the narrative. Okay, we also have one that says from Jesse Olamoris. It is very serious. The sensationalism in the media space of late is very terrible. Okay, these are people that they just want to build on the sentiment of people. They don't care to do the real job and project the real message. They're just there acting on the feelings of people, and in the process trivialize very important things. Okay, we also have Miriam Johnson that says hello Eva. Okay, I guess she wanted to type hello everyone. And she's Debbie J says Ayomide, well done. Thank you very much. Thank you. Then we have a comment from she's Debbie J also says good evening everyone. Good evening to you too. Then Adeshino Busaya says, nice one, Miss Gyan. Yes, she did a very nice one. And okay, I think we have one comment from Philip Lowa Alimo. We'll see you, Philip. We have one from Kemi that says, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, Ayomide. Okay, welcome. Thank you. Also, we have one from Emmanuel Adamolekunda says, hello everyone. Hello to you too. Then we have one from Imal Bongofian. Good afternoon, Ayomide. Good afternoon to you too. So, also love, if you love what we are doing, you like what we are doing, we would love you to also want join in on the show. If you want to be a part of the volunteer, if you want to join the team, you can follow us on our social media pages. Do it right, RGN, and send a message to our inbox. Send the message to our inbox, and we will also do well to go through them. You can also, follow us on Facebook, on our Instagram, on our Twitter. The social media handle remains the same. Do it right, RGN. You can send us messages on that. Also, would want you, because we talk about different things on this channel. So if you would have a topic in mind that is bothering you, or you have a question that you want us to answer, you can always send them to us on our social media pages. You can still drop some in the chat box if you are available. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, put it, do well to send them to the chat box or send us a DM or send us a message. Our numbers is also displayed. So you can also send us a message on WhatsApp if you have a topic you want us to talk about. Yes, we'll do justice to that. And also, we have a video from Lynnet, like what our organization is all about, like a brief overview of what our organization does. So we'll also be showing that video very soon. And I think from us to you, it's a goodbye. Thank you for joining the show today. We love you and we hope to see more of you. And if you still want to, join in, you can also call our number. Okay, I would love to appreciate every of our guests that has joined us today. Lynette, thank you very much for your consistency, your persistence. I'm very much grateful for you. Thank you, Annette, for delivering value and making us, laugh and giving us the advice and everything. Thank you very much. We see you. Bomi, thank you very much. It was just the network that was just killing it because I know you would have also delivered value as much as we would have loved to. So thank you very much to you, Bumi, for watching. Cynthia, it's also the network. Thank you very much. We love you and we hope to have more opportunities, to talk with you. And okay, so I would love to appreciate our program director, Dami, Welfare, Kemi, Peace, everybody that is working behind the show. Thank you very much, our boss, Mr. Ireti. You're doing a very good job, and we also want to appreciate you for giving us a platform to learn and actually engage on our skills set. So thank you very much. I think we have a message from the chat box. Okay, let me check. Okay, so Peace Alade says thank you. Realize Africa. Thank you, Miss Ayomde. Peace. Thank you very much. I'm really feeling your vibes this evening. So thank you very much. I hope to see more of you. So Oluwamayowa Ojo also says thumbs up. Thank you very much also for tuning in and following us. Truth till the end. Oluwamayowa, thank you very much. So from us to you, it's a goodbye, and we'll be showing you the video very soon. So watch. Okay.
The person you've called did not answer.
We've been waiting for you for 3 years now, baby. And you're finally here. Wow, what a blessing. Hi, babe.
Welcome home.
I was beginning to get worried.
I told you I'm not a child, Christine.
Okay, I have some good news. But before that, let me do something.
I hope it's not one of your silly ideas.
No, not this time.
She don't know me, but she was my friend. She was carrying a child.
Who are you? And what are you talking about?
It's on Facebook right now.
eyes for us.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Open them. You're pregnant.
Pregnant? No, it can't be mine.
How can you be saying that? Look at me. How can you be saying that? After all the good times we've been having. Talk to me. Babe, I brought some fruits as we wait for the main meal. And as I was saying, I have some good news to tell you. Babe, you're not hungry? Babe. Babe.
I'm not hungry.
What is wrong with you? You hardly talk to me nowadays, and it has been like this for 3 months now. Are we not supposed to talk as a family?
What family? What do you have to show for it?
Babe, this is what I have been trying to show you. Babe.
Babe! Babe! What have I done?